Hi there, welcome to another educational video document in my Web3 expeditions. In this video, you will be getting started with another testnet that will lead to an airdrop. So it's called Mitosis. Mitosis is a blockchain, and basically you'll be testing out the blockchain, the applications on it during its testnet phase with hopes for an airdrop in the eventuality that they institute a token. The likelihood is that there will be a token and an airdrop. The name of the token will be called Mito. Now, I'm doing this video to get you started. There will be subsequent videos. I have an internal group that are interested in airdrops. They are just starting out in the crypto sphere altogether. So this video will be targeted at them, and let's get started. So of course, by now you know what a MetaMask wallet is. You'll start by connecting your wallet. You already know how to go about doing that. Again, this is a Web3 application. In Web3, you connect to an application, a Web3 application, using a Web3 wallet, such as MetaMask. So if you are to connect wallet here, there are different types of Web3 wallets, but we are using MetaMask. You select MetaMask, it will pull up MetaMask, and then you connect. Okay, so that's it for connecting your wallet. Now, the next thing you want to do to get started is you click on Overview, go to my page, click on Referral, and then input this code. It's my code. It will give you some XP boost. Okay, so I think my code I have is Super Pass. It's a Super Pass type of code, so it will be giving you a 1.5% boost, I believe so, on your XP earning. So the code is HKZQT1. So that's a good start. Submit. Okay, and then you'll be getting a boost. Of course, you have your own referral code if you want to share it with others. You just need to intimate them on how to institute the code. Okay, so this is a good start as we speak, but next you need, wow, I didn't intend to use my code here. Okay. This is, it's a tutorial, so I didn't really want to use this wallet. I will not be doing much on this wallet, than using it to show you the steps and stuff like that. Apologies. I needed to use this wallet because if you go to Faucet, I didn't have this step. So this is the where I wanted to show you the steps here. But I've already completed the activate Faucet steps. So there was no way to show you how it is originally. That's why I decided to use another wallet, a fresh wallet that had no history, just to show you this page. Because there's an onboarding, you have to onboard first before you can use the Faucet. The Faucet will give you the tokens you need to interact with the ecosystem, including Mito, which is the token you will be needing when paying for transaction fees. So when you click on activate Faucet, okay, so I will not be able to complete this. I don't have some extra Discord and Twitter. So all you will need to do to activate Faucet is to connect your Twitter, connect your Discord, and then this will be checked green after you have connected your Twitter and Discord, allowing you to use the Faucet. Okay, so once the Faucet is activated, I'll now close this. Okay, once the Faucet is activated, you will now see the ability to claim tokens. Now, it's best to do this daily, maintain a streak, because based on what I'm seeing, even though I'm just starting with this, by the way, I don't have all the strategies and all that. It looks like transaction count, size of transaction will matter. Okay, so you want to maintain a streak. So per day, come here to claim the daily tokens, because I've also realized, early on in a testnet, you get this tokens for free with ease. the faucet is robust and there are not many participants, so it always has an allocation when you claim. But later down the road, it becomes scarce. So you may go there, the faucet is congested, not working. Then people will start selling it. What is supposed to be free, a market will ensue in association with it, and it will become expensive to where you have to pay to access these funds, these test tokens. These are test tokens, by the way. They don't have actual financial value. So claim daily, okay, as I'm about to do here, and then claim in this category here. Okay, so now this will not earn you XP, but it will give you what you need to start earning XP. So maintain it, because it also says that throughout the entire season, you will only be able to claim 10 times. So whatever you claim here is what you will have to maximize throughout the testnet. You will not be able to claim any longer. So maintain a streak so that you don't miss a day. Claim your allocation in both categories. Okay. So now Mitosis is quite a multi-chain type of multi-chain type of blockchain. That's why it will give you an allocation of testnet tokens for different chains. Optimism, Base. By now you've interacted with Base when we did our super meme tutorial. Okay, so that's a side note. Now you want to start acquiring points or XP. XP means points or experience points. It basically tracks your level of contribution to the project, and generally on the basis of the size of your points will be the size of your airdrop. So now this is preparationary, by the way. It won't take you through all the steps. It will just prepare you and give you the technicalities surrounding this. Now you can do well to advance your exploration of it. On the basis of this video, I will likely do one more video with additional information. Then you'll have to carry on your own. I'm weak in health, so while I do these videos to intimate you of the process myself, I may not carry out the actions and all that. I end up being too tired to continue on with this. So anyway, my point is your level of interaction is what will determine the size of your airdrop. So don't wait on me. Basically, I may not be following through with this continuously. So this is enough to get you started. Okay, so now that you have made use of the faucet, it's likely that you have the test tokens in your wallet. Okay, so generally when you connect, I think that a network will be added to your MetaMask called Mitosis. So you see here Mitosis Testnet, and if you switch to the Mitosis Testnet, you will see that you have the Mito tokens. Based on your use of the faucet, this will enable you pay transaction fees when you start interacting with the platform. So now we've made use of the faucet. Next, you can explore this page called opt-in. Very simple action to take here. So to maximize matters, you may want to interact with each of these, just to maximize, because you've got, by your use of the faucet, you've got, for example, LBTC, the token necessary to opt into this pool. You now have it in your wallet. So if I click on opt-in, you will see that on there Ethereum chain, I have 0.005 LBTC from my use of the faucet earlier. I also got on the Optimism chain 0.005 LBTC. I can deposit all this in so in 3 transactions already. I would have maximized the amount of XP earnable. So let's say I start with the Ethereum chain. I click on max. Maybe we reduce this number a bit, click on opt-in. It will pull up MetaMask and invite you to switch network to the Sepolia network. Now, this is another network. It's not the Mitosis network. So if I switch here, it will now pull up MetaMask again. But you see here, it says insufficient funds for gas. So on the Sepolia network, you also need a faucet for the Sepolia network. Because on the Sepolia network, the fee for gas payment is called Sepolia ETH, which you don't have. So you'll need to look for a faucet to fund your wallet with some Sepolia ETH to be able to deposit your LBTC from the Ethereum chain into this opt-in. Same thing applies with Optimism. You need a faucet for that. Same thing applies for Arbitrum. You need a faucet for that. Now, that's where you will encounter some limitations because some faucets, they don't work with new wallets. But let's find out if that's truly the case. We now will look for a faucet for each of these chains. Now, the good thing is that the Mitosis project, they have a documentation that collates all the faucets in one place. So now the question is looking for it. Where do I find it? Crew dApps. Let's see, guide. Just a moment. It's not here. We'll come back to this. Let's see here. Claim. Just a moment. Flip cards. Okay, we'll come back to that. That's a mini game. It also earns you XP and doesn't seem to require a faucet. We'll come back to that. But just a moment. Wow. Okay, let me try to manually type. Mitosis Testnet docs. Okay, likely this. Okay, so this is what you need. Now, hopefully these faucets work, for new wallets. By new wallets, we mean wallets that don't have history. So for Sepolia on the Ethereum chain, you click, no, not here. Not here. So Sepolia ETH, you have two faucets. You have Infura. I don't think that will dispense for a new wallet. Let's try this one, Sepolia faucet. Wow, this one too. Your wallet needs to have some history to be able to use this. So to prevent bots and abuse, this faucet requires a minimum Ethereum mainnet balance of 0.01 ETH on the wallet address being used. So let's try this one. I don't think it will work either. Okay, let's experiment. Hopefully it does. So Sepolia ETH delivered straight to your wallet. Connect MetaMask. Test. Approve. MetaMask.io wants to use MetaMask. Connect. Link your Infura account to get started. I don't know if this will work. And I don't want to complicate matters. So we'll come back to this, let's explore other options. So how do we do this? Okay, so what we will do is we will explore other options. We'll skip the Ethereum chain. Now, what do I mean? If we go back here, so if we click LBTC, we'll skip this chain and see if we can get a faucet involving Arbitrum and Optimism, and just keep Ethereum for you who has a new wallet. So we'll come back to the Ethereum option later on. I will try to create a new Infura account and see if that will apply. But for now, let's explore Faucet for Arbitrum and Optimism. Before then, let me look at another. Let's look at this. Okay, so this one, it allows you to deposit also on Linear and Base. So any of this, wow, but we don't even have funds for any of this. It's all zero. Let's look at this. So this all zero. I don't know why. Let's go back. Faucet, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base. Okay. So the faucet is not dispensing all the cryptocurrencies available on Optin. It's only dispensing LBTC, ETH, USDT, and USDE on the Arbitrum chain. On Optimism, okay, so the currencies are just 4 of them. So if we go back to Optin, we'll exempt this one we likely have. Okay, so there's balance here, and then you see there is the base option, there is the linear option. So we have the luxury of choosing from any of these 5. If we get a faucet, for any of these 5, that will be okay. Now, if we don't get a faucet, we'll still be able to do something. We'll look for what's possible to do in the near term that doesn't require the faucet, and that will help you to earn XP. Okay, so let's look for an Optimism faucet or Arbitrum faucet that will work. Come back here. So this is an Arbitrum faucet. Wow, but this will not work for you because this one, it assumes you have a Sepolia ETH and you want to convert it into. Let's leave that. This will not work. This one may work. You have used this before when dealing with Super Meme. Okay. Now, If you are watching this video from my internal group, you likely have base Sepolia already from your interactions with Super Meme. So you can do the transactions associated with base. Because this will not work. This is based on the assumption that you have already got ETH Sepolia, and then you want to convert some of that ETH Sepolia to base Sepolia. Okay. Let's simplify matters. There's really no raw bridge here. The only bridges we have is for Sepolia ETH. The only faucets we have is for Sepolia ETH. Then you can now convert some of your Sepolia ETH to the Sepolia ETH of other chains. Okay, so let's try to resolve this other situation. Let's see if it will work. So here, this one will not work. Okay, so this is where we were earlier. So it says link in Fura account. Oh gosh, this is tough. So I don't think this is just a moment in Fura. No. Just a moment, please. Okay. Considering it's your first time, I'll have to do another video to resolve this. For now, let's skip this because it will just complicate matters for you if you're a newbie. So let's focus on what's possible without this. Now, speaking of you who have some base Sepolia ETH, like I said, if you've participated in the super meme quest that we did, you already have some base Sepolia ETH. So base Sepolia. Okay. So you see, you already have, we've showed you how to get base Sepolia ETH. So I think what we used was wow, that's a resolution there. Wow, that's a resolution. So what we used, so this is like some improvisation that will resolve it. So what we used is this one, super chain faucet. So you were able to use it and you were able to get so this is so this will give you optimism Sepolia, by the way. Considering we used it to get base Sepolia ETH, it will give you optimism Sepolia. So that's resolved. We can now get this. It will also give you Sepolia ETH. So this will work. So at least you get base Sepolia, you get optimism Sepolia, and you get Sepolia ETH. What if we check all? To claim ETH on multiple networks. Okay, we don't need to check all. You can check this one. So this will resolve the Sepolia ETH issue. Okay, so captcha. Okay, so this is the resolution. Wow. Okay, so we now have for 3 chains. You can now get this also. Although likely you will need to come back after 24 hours to get this OP Sepolia. But if you want to skip that step, you can. Because now we've seen the bridge options. So we can use the bridge options. Now that we have Sepolia ETH, we can bridge it to get the others. So if we go back here, initial setup here, if you pick any of these bridges here, you can use it. So if you click this one, for example, okay, so now you have some Sepolia. You see our balance is now 0.1. You can bridge it to get either OP Sepolia, base Sepolia, or without having to use the faucet again. So it's just a matter of 0.0. Apologies for that. So I can now get some OP Sepolia with this. A bit complicated though, but if you settle down, you'll get the gist. So basically, this is you using sending funds from one chain to another. You are making use of a bridge to do so. And we got the bridge from here. This is also a bridge. This is another bridge here. The logic is the same. You can also use this. Now that you have some Sepolia on the ETH chain, you can now bridge some to Arbitrum as well. So you just toggle this, then you see you have some balance here. If you want to send a small amount to Arbitrum. But we will not do it. We'll do it later on. For now, let's get started with the testnet with what's available. So we go back to that Mitosis page. Now we can deposit this. We can even deposit this. So let's say we put max here. I'd recommend just, let's say 50, opt-in. Next. So we now have the fee, the gas fee, to be able to pay for this transaction. You see we now have some Sepolia ETH. Then you click here. Then you confirm. Now when this completes, you will start earning XP. Let me just speed this up. Okay, now we can do the same for Optimism. Remember, we now have Optimism, some gas fee to pay for this transaction on the Optimism chain. So let's put 50 here, opt-in. Now MetaMask will switch the chain. So it's switching here. It's telling you to switch to Optimism. Approve, then you switch. And when you look at the state of your wallet, okay, let's just complete this next. Approve. It's 2 transactions. The first transaction is an approval transaction. Then MetaMask will pull up again. And then you pay for the second transaction. And then we have completed that task. Now we have base, by the way, so we can also deposit base. Let's put 30. So for you who has done super meme quests, you can, and you are struggling with the faucet and all that, you can start with the base one. Okay, I'm just waiting for the previous transaction to complete. So all this will start earning you XP. In the next video, we'll be talking about how to get boosts and all that, or strategies. But for now, these are the basics. So that's where your faucet, your use of the faucet come in. If you like, you can split your funds instead of depositing at once, just to have many more transactions completed. You can do that as well. So I'm just going to leave this page. Now, if you go change the currency here to LBTC, you can do the same thing for LBTC on the Optimism chain. You can also do it on Ethereum, considering you have the gas to pay for it on both chains. So if we do like this, we can do this. It's switching to the Sepolia chain. We're approving the expenditure. And we're finalizing the transaction. You can also do the same for Optimism. We now have gas fee for Optimism. So you can do like that as well for Optimism. You select this max, switching the chain. Okay, so that's the tutorial for the opt-in category. All you need here is making use of the faucet so you get the different cryptocurrencies. Then you need to have gas fee on each chain to pay for transaction fees. Once you have gas fee, it's a one-time effort. You can continue doing this per day. Now for the faucet resolution, we've fixed it. All you need is this faucet here, this super console.optimism.io.faucet. That was what we used. But your target when you come here is to get this one here, the one that was here, that is called Sepolia. Because if you get that one, even if this faucet is not working, you can convert that one to any of this using a bridge. Now, the bridges available is what you find here. All these links here. But assuming none of this was available, all these faucets and bridges for the respective chains, would you still have been able to do something on Mitosis? Yeah, the answer is yes. But you will not be able to engage much with this opt-in portal. However, you can do some other activities. So what are the other activities? You click on my page. No, not my page. You click on overview. Then you go to dApps. Okay. Then you can interact with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 applications here. But the one we'll start with is this one because it's a very simple application. It just requires you swapping one token for another. So this one, it works on the Mitosis chain. And during our first use of the faucet, we were given some Mito tokens, enough to pay for so many transactions. So you see we have enough Mito here. So we can do many transactions here. You can just swap back and forth and all that. So if we click on this, we don't have the assets to swap yet. Let's see. Wow, interesting. Let's go back here. Just a moment. Overview, my page, assets. Okay, so these are the assets that we have currently. So you have to look here. So we do have MUSDT, we have USDE, we have USDT. So these are the tokens that we can swap on here. So we have USDT. This one. No, we don't. We have this one. Okay, so me USDT. So you can swap it for another token. Let's say we swap for OP. Okay, so you can just maximize this small that you have. The next day when you use the faucet, you will get more. So in this one, we are just going to swap MiUSDT for OP. You can swap for any token of your choice. First, you will need to approve the swap, which you can now pay for because you have enough Mito to pay transaction fees. Then after you approve, there is a bug with this application based on my test. It won't allow you to swap. So you need to reduce this amount slightly. So let's reduce it and put 11, then we can swap. So all this activity will give you XP. The more of it you do, the more XP you will be getting. So we've already swapped. You can swap back if you so desire. Let's do 50%. Approve. Again, frequency will matter. And same thing when this gets approved. Okay, so this one is allowing you to swap without having to tweak the amount. Basically, tweaking the amount, you just have to get it slightly lower than the approved amount. But this one is okay as is. Okay, but it says failed. Let's try again. Failed. So the resolution here or improvisation is to tweak the amount slightly and click swap. So that's a bug. Generally, it's not supposed to react like that, but from experience, you will start learning all this stuff. Okay, so done. You can then swap back or explore some other assets that you have. I think we have USDE. USDE. No, it's not reflecting. Let's go back here. So we're supposed to have USDE. We have MiUSDT. We have USDT. We have ETH. I don't know why it's not showing on here. Let's type ETH. Okay. Okay, so we just make do with what we have. You can, since this is what's showing up, let's swap this again. Approve. So even if you have a small balance, just maximize it. Do as many transactions as possible back and forth. Basically what you are doing, of course, when this is on mainnet, these are actual trades. So they are not like indiscriminate, but during testnet, you can do it indiscriminately. You can increase your frequency count and all that because you are basically stress testing the application, identifying bugs, leaving feedback and all that. So that's it for this one. Now you can then explore the other applications. Now, my XP is already increasing. You'll see here today's XP 30. I think this is from the activities I've done. But not only that, I'm earning some sales. So we'll talk about this later on. This is what will give you some boost and all that, and where you implement some strategy. Okay, so you can go to another application and explore the other application. So this one is a different type of application, allows you to lend and borrow. We can explore this as well. So in crypto or Web3, there's also lending and borrowing, but it doesn't require paperwork. It's not like, traditional lending and borrowing, instantaneous and all that. So now if we were to supply collateral here, LBTC, I think we have some of that available. So let's put, okay, we don't have because we've deposited it. Okay. We've deposited it. Let's try this. Interestingly, we don't even have any of the currencies here. Just a moment, please. Let's try OP. Okay, so how do you get the assets here? You swap. So you use this Chromo exchange to swap. So, you know, earlier we swapped for OP, and then we can make use of that OP. We can deposit that OP here. So we swapped earlier for OP. We also swapped for USDE. So you see the balance is showing here. So let's put 50% or a small amount here, supply, and then completing this, we would have used this application. Next, approve. So basically in real life, this is how lending and borrowing works. Now we are supplying USDE. So I'm just waiting for this transaction at the top to complete. Okay, so now that I've supplied, I've used the application, I can attempt to borrow LBTC. So this is the allowed borrow amount. Let's just go 80%. And we have used this application. You can use it as many times as possible. The more activity, the more the airdrop. It says borrow failed. So let's borrow again. Max. This time I'll reduce the amount a bit more. Confirm. So borrow successful. We've done transactions here. Now I'm only doing one. You can sit down and do many. You'll get more XP. Now you come here, you go to the next application, and you attempt to interact with it. Here, this is a trading portal. Okay, so if we connect wallet here, okay, so you can swap one token for the other. So you see your balances here. We have some USDE. We can swap some of that for USDT. So let's put 3. Okay, I don't know why it's not allowing us to swap. We'll just change the cryptocurrency displayed. Post only. Okay, so you have to select a price. A price somebody wants to sell at this price, so we can now place order. It doesn't matter correctness or not, you know, you're just this is like a testnet environment, so once again I'm waiting for the previous transaction to complete. Okay, and that brings us to having used this application. Again, with respect to each application, you can explore all aspects of it. Correctness doesn't matter. So we've done that for the third application. We can also explore this if we so desire, or you can also stick to one application and do repetitive transactions on one application. However, you know, exploring all the applications, that's where strategy comes about. You will know which gives more XP, which is easier to use and stuff like that. So here, okay. So basically here you have to create an account, agree to those disclaimers and terms. Okay, then you can now none of our balances is on display here, so it's likely that you will need to deposit first. Portfolio, assets. So you need to click on deposit to deposit the assets your asset. So if you click deposit, let's deposit 10. I'll end this video now. What's left is, for you to explore further. In the second video, to couple with this video, we'll be talking about strategies, but I'll be summarizing, what you can do to boost your points earning. So when you get your first set of points and all that, then you should target boosts or multipliers. So I'll summarize that after this. So this one, what we are doing is, this application, it favors you depositing your assets on there so that you don't have to be authorizing each subsequent transaction. So now that we've deposited on here, if we want to trade, it will no longer need you to pull up MetaMask to authorize stuff. So what we deposited was USDT. So if I want to use this to open a long position, for example, with a 50x leverage, let's put in 5. Okay, it's still pulling up MetaMask, interestingly, but after this completes, we would have put up a transaction and we would have used DVX. Now, remember, you don't have to be correct with this, but learning is of essence. So while using it, even though you are not correct, attempt to learn. So now we've created a market order here, meaning that we've now used this application. You'll see that there is an order here. Okay. And if we come back here now, there is only one application left for us to explore, but this is in the niche of gaming. So it's a casino type of situation. I'm not much into gaming, so you can explore this. If this becomes your line of interest, then you can focus there and put as many transactions on there as possible. Again, the assets you'll be needing to spend on all these platforms, you'll be getting from the Faucet. So claim your Faucet allocation per day. I will now, you'll see my level has increased as well. I'm now on level 2. We started on level 1. And I've acquired 35 XP. To enter level 3, I need to reach 1,767. So how do we enhance that capability? What you can do is, now that we've earned some cells, you can now craft these cells. When you craft, you get clusters. Then when you get clusters, you'll be able to get items. These items, you'll be able to use it to enhance your character here, and with maybe a shirt, a hat, and that will boost multiplier. So there's some sort of breakdown here. So equip items to receive XP boosts. Each equipped item provides minimum 5 XP boost. Boosts increase with item level. Special reward for player to complete collection earlier. So again, for this, I will be doing a dedicated video around this. I still have to learn this, by the way, which method is effective and all that. It also shows that there is a portal here where you can get more cells. But again, for this, I will have to cover it in another video. For now, we have some cells to start with. So we click on craft. So basically, there is a synthesis here involving, you are basically mixing 2 cells to attempt to get 1 cluster. You click on synthesize. And here it says you lose 2 cells. Synthesize again. So I've got 1 cluster here. Synthesize again. So it's random. I've got 2 clusters. You can end up losing it. I've got 3. Let me attempt again. Anyway, the more activity you get, the more cells you get. So you'll have the luxury of doing this, even with the luxury of affording losses. Okay, so we have 6 clusters now. If I attempt to craft here, craft. So start sentences for a 70% chance to get a random item. So if I synthesize here, wow, I lost 2 clusters. I didn't get any item. Let's try again. Okay, so I got 1 item. I have 2 clusters left. Let's attempt it again. Okay, so I earned a headgear. We have 2 items now. Now, let's click on this. So created properties, 5 upgrade levels, available higher levels, grant increased XP boosts. So let's click on manage. Click. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't know what this is exactly. I'm going to click next. So use 3 clusters for upgrade. So start upgrade for a 70% chance to get a 7% XP boost. So if we are able to upgrade here and we get an upgrade boost, it will be 7%. So instead of this just 35 I'm earning, I'll be earning it times 7. Assuming, times 7%, assuming I'm able to get this. But you need 3 clusters to upgrade. And I've already exhausted my clusters, so there's nothing I can do here. Let's change item and try this. Headset, next. Also need 3 clusters to upgrade. So what is required here is to go and do more activity, improve my cell count, then use it to try to get 3 clusters, then come here to upgrade my items. I just need 3 clusters. So at the beginning, you can focus on getting at least a large bulk of XP so that, and cells. So some other thing you can do, we've tackled the opt-in, is this one, vote. Okay, so vote is very simple. You click on vote, then you put percentage here. I'll just put 10, 10, 80 just to complete 100 and submit vote. Okay, sign the transaction. And basically, I voted. Let's adjust this. I don't know what. Vote again. I'll put 10, 10, 10, 70. Submit vote. Okay. So complete all your quota, change all this and stuff like that. You can explore all the chains here and then vote as many times as possible. Let's go back to my page. So I'm now at 36. You'll see I've got 3 cells based on that small activity we did. Let's try to see if we can get 1 cluster. We got. Okay, but I have only 1 left. So we may try more votes. Let's see. Okay, so time to end this. Again, explore it as exploratively as possible. I'll be ending this video now. If you have questions, you can ask in the group. By the way, if you want to join the internal group, it's only for newbies, by the way, and serious ones. We are not moving ahead with new airdrops until there is 50% participation. So we just want serious people in the group and newbies only. Of course, there's other channels for non-newbies. They can manage on their own using my tutorials. But this video is dedicated also for the newbies in my internal group. Now, if you want to access that internal group, again, you have to be a newbie. You can apply by contacting me on Airdrop C. I'm using my last energy for this. It's just something extra. Okay, use this contact form to contact me with your interest in joining the internal group, assuming you're a newbie. You can subscribe to Airdrop reminders here And for those who are already in the space, there are many airdrops you can obtain here. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. And that's about it for this video. Stay awesome, take action.